it's unfortunate to lose this way. You're going to lose games. You're going to lose. But to lose like this, dude, that's a massive collapse in the last 5 minutes of the game. You know what I mean? Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Currently on No Other Pod, part of KC Sports Network. It's your Teal Boys, your sad Teal Boys. We're sad boys today. It's Daniel Kooser here with Chris Wright. Tears in our beers. We're not feeling great today. We're going to commiserate. It's going to be sad, but it's fine. Chris, my UFC brethren, how was your weekend, my friend?
Oh, it was fantastic. UFC was a lot of fun.
You saw some punches, some dudes hitting other dudes, women hitting other women.
I saw all of that.
Yeah.
A lot of knockouts, a lot of submissions, a lot of good fights. But no, it was a great time. I hope they come back a little more frequently. But
I didn't realize this was the first TKO takeover where they do bull riding on Thursday, UFC Saturday, and Monday Night Raw on Monday. I didn't know Kansas City was their first trial into this 3-event thing.
Yeah, it was a kind of a surprise. I don't know why they chose Kansas City. Obviously, I'm glad they did. I could have done without bull riding, to be honest. But
Right.
still super cool, man. And it, they always bring a little extra on those events, right? Because they want to make an impression. So
some of the merch, dude, like I'm sure they had this at the UFC event, but they had like a baseball jersey that said Kansas City on the back or something, and like TKO takeover and the year 25, and it had all 3 branded events on there. I wasn't going to buy it, but I thought that was kind of neat,
Yeah.
Because I was at Monday Night Raw. You were at UFC. I was at Monday Night Raw. What a weekend for Kansas City, man. That's pretty cool. And I can kind of see ticket prices are only going to go up. So, like, enjoy these events now because we might not attend them in the near future.
I saw somewhere, and don't quote me on this, but I saw it on the internet. Somebody posted that the SummerSlam is now a 2-day event, right? And if you want ringside seats for both days, it's like $40,000.
Now, is that from the company or is that like secondhand?
I think that's the legitimate. I mean, that's probably like the VIP. You're having lunch with the casino type of thing, but still,
man,
you better be cooking for me if that's, prices are incredible.
Money like that. I mean, I shelled out like $90 for a ticket. I was like, that feels okay. That's fine. We're under triple digits. Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Decent seats too. Not too bad.
That's better than I thought, to be honest.
But it was fine, man. I had a little touch and go last night. Storms were a little crazy. I called Marissa about the time I hit Lawrence, and she's like, "Oh my God, storms are crazy here." And I'm like, "I got nothing." I said, "I think I'm driving beside the storm," and she's like, "Oh, well, you're gonna hit it." And right when she said that, those heavy ass raindrops start coming. Those heavy globs. You're like, "What was that?" And I couldn't see a damn thing, bro. I was like, "Is this a 2-lane or a 3-lane?" I'm not. Where'd the 3rd lane go? I don't even see the 3rd lane anymore in Lawrence. It was a bad deal.
You don't want to. I mean, it was late for you, right? So you didn't want to pull over and try to wait it out. You
wanted to get
home.
Yeah, I was getting sleepy.
Yeah.
But my event ended at 9:30. Yours ended at like 11:30. So I was home by 11. You know what I'm saying? It felt fine. I felt good.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to like trying to be excited for fights at like 11:40 or 11:30. But
how do you get up for that? Do you get an energy drink? You get some poppers? What?
I don't know.
Get going?
The adrenaline of watching people punch each other in the face, I guess. But it was a long fight. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I don't know if I'd make it. Like if you're watching the main event of UFC at like 11:30, bro, I think I'd be yawning. I think I'd have like liquid coming out of my eyes. Like, you know how it gets when you get sleepy? Wouldn't be a good time.
There's quite a few yawns out there, me incled. I saw some person who was asleep, but I think it had to be more alcohol induced than anything.
Okay, nice.
But no, it was a good time.
Seats?
Yeah, we got really good seats, and we paid for them pretty well. So
I saw the prices. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I can't do both events.
Yeah, I mean, for a fight night, it was probably a little over 200, but like that used to be like a main pay-per-view like a couple years ago for just as good, if not better seats. So enjoy it while you can, man.
I'm not a rodeo guy, but I was tempted to do like the 3-day package. They had like a thing that you could have your same seat for all 3 events. I thought that was kind of cool. But I didn't, because rodeo is just, not sure if you guys know this, but it smells like poop. It just, you go and you're just like, oh, that's cow poop. Good deal.
It's a big commitment. That's a big 3-day commitment.
You know, my grandfather used to be a rodeo clown.
I did not know that.
Isn't that wild? Just making the bulls chase him and being all goofy with oversized overalls and shit. Isn't that nuts?
Oh, I don't know how you get in that line of work.
Bro, he was a cop. He was a rodeo clown. He was an auctioneer. That man was a jack of all trades.
What an interesting life, that man.
And a heavy chain smoker. So that'll happen. Dude was on an oxygen tank still smoking cigarettes. I was like, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Not listening to his doctor's advice?
Yeah, they say no smoking around an oxygen tank because, kaboom.
Not a bad way to go. Just be done.
I've lived a life. I don't give a shit.
Man.
Wow. Oh, boy. Man, this was, if you're a Kansas City soccer fan, this was not a fun weekend. It just, we got spoiled with 2 good wins from Sporting and KC Current last week. That felt good. It's very rare that both teams win the way Sporting's playing, the way they're playing. But this week, Sporting got back to old ways, and KC Current got to an unfamiliar place, which we don't know how to talk about. It's just we lost. We're tied with Orlando again at first place. I'm not feeling good. I don't like this. You ruined it. You said it was a trap game, my friend, and boy, oh boy, were you correct.
One of the few times one of my predictions actually comes true.
Didn't want to believe you. I was just like, you don't know.
I didn't want to believe myself. I didn't want to believe myself. You talked me out of it a little bit too. You kind of talked me away from my gut feeling.
God, what is that? It's the last. You're playing the last place team, and they're like, well, they don't have a win, but they're probably going to pick up a win against us. And I'm like, that's asinine. That's a crazy thing to predict. And here we are losing 3-2. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Here's the best thing. You're not going to go undefeated in a season. You're not going to win every game. There will be some draws. There will be some losses. You'll have some injuries. Less talented players will have to step up. Players that aren't in as good a form as someone like Michelle Cooper or Davinia. And I've got thoughts. I've got thoughts on roster rotation. We all know we got to play a game on Friday. We got to fly with the stop in Kansas City and then keep on going to Seattle for a Friday game. So relatively quick turnaround, I guess. I do want to say I don't know if I like the idea of putting Davinia on the bench to start this game.
Yeah, I think this is one of the few games you can really kind of question some of those subs. Especially down the stretch.
Michelle was hurt, so you had Michelle Prince didn't start either. Oh, she was injured. Yeah, Michelle has something going on. So Haley Hopkins gets a start up top, which okay, hey, we signed you to an extension for a reason. You're a capable player of being here. Excited to see what you do. And boy, she got a goal. That felt pretty good, right? Against her old
team. Yeah.
Never good when you are that former team and you're like, God damn it, our old buddy just scoring against us. I just hate it.
You want to be happy for him, but not when they score against you.
Yeah. And, Bia got the start up top. Chawinga's up there. But the biggest question to me is Davinia on the bench. We're going to get into all of it here in a minute, man. But Alana Cook, again, still not in the picture. Elizabeth Ball at center back. It's just, I don't know. Do you like the idea of resting our 2 star caliber players? Because, spoiler alert, Davinia came on for Chawinga in the second half. Yeah, to start the second half?
Yeah.
So how do we feel about that? Giving them both 45 minutes.
I mean, if we won, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
And we didn't. So, of course, that's going to be, people are going to question that. Kind of like you mentioned, I think they're just trying to split some of those minutes. We had another road game on Friday that we have to travel to Seattle. So my guess is he was just trying to split some of those minutes and not overwhelm, these high caliber, high effort players in a long season. We'll touch on to there, but Chwinga, I think she picked up a knock at the end of the first half, which is why she came out. I'm assuming that was a planned sub anyway, or something similar. But yeah, you don't want to see Chwinga kind of get banged around and have to not come out. You don't want to see her have to come out due to an injury or just a knock as opposed to a planned substitution. But, all year long so far, we've gotten away with making a lot of different subs because of our good depth, our high quality depth. This is the game where it kind of bit us in the rear end.
100%, man. It sure did. And it was a pretty slow game going forward, but let's take our break real fast, get it out the way, and we come back, we'll break down this game for you guys. So stay right there.
Looking for tickets for your next event? Tickets for Less is your #1 source. Save big on every purchase when you use promo code KCSN at ticketsforless.com.
Success in real estate takes more than vision. It takes the right financial partner. When someone takes something rundown and turns it into something great, that's called a comeback story, like Brain Group. They take distressed properties here in KC, completely rework them, and then turn them into valuable real estate. But that kind of work needs the right bank behind it. Enter Emprise Bank. They're not about cookie-cutter loans. They saw Brain Group's vision, backed them, and now they're making big moves in Kansas City real estate. Talk about your partner impossible. Emprise doesn't do one-size-fits-all financing. They invest in potential and back growth. Visit emprisebank.com/KC to learn more. Emprise Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Are you ready to win some real cash during the basketball playoffs? Well, check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, and yeah, that includes prize picks. Hit all of your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6, plus even more cash if you outscore the competition. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Missouri, California, Texas, Georgia, and more. New players get 50 in Pick 6 credits instantly on just a $5 entry. Here's what you gotta do. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code KCSN. That's code KCSN for new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offers. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Oh, buddy. It's nice to be back here with you. We've been spoiled with these victory pods over and over, and it's been a lot of fun. And we've been in here like, hey, undefeated. Shit's going great, dude.
That's a loss like. We don't have those.
What's a loss, dude? I'm too busy shimmying. I don't even know. And here we are. And I know it's just the way it is, dude. There's ebbs and flows through the season. I don't think this is an ebb. I don't really know what an ebb is, but I assume it's a bad thing. This isn't bad. It's a loss on the road. We've picked up wins on the road. We can afford to drop these points. But man, if we shouldn't have been licking our chops to take advantage here against this team that's not scoring goals, that's not winning games. But you show up to play the best. You show up to play, man, and it's like the KU basketball teams in past years, man. Like, people just show up and all of a sudden they just have one guy that just hits 3-pointers after 3-pointers. And it's like, this guy's been cold all year, but now he's hot against the Hawks. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I don't think the Current does it, but KU certainly, they play down to their level of competition all the time. They play more to not lose than to win. And I kind of feel like that's how we played a little bit today. Or
that is how, bro, this first half was, I don't know, dare I say, kind of boring. Like, I was kind of in and out of it.
Man,
I was
hard.
I was on my phone. I was just like, I don't know. It was wild. But I mean, come 39 minutes in, boy, oh boy, Haley Hopkins is streaming on the right. Gives a little through ball to Chewinga. In true striker winger fashion, Hopkins cuts in. And I'm like, oh, where's she going? Oh, she's going to go get open for Chewinga. And Chewinga sees her and gives a beauty of a pass. Chewinga, I've been looking for this kind of stuff from you. And she's showing that she has that capacity. She doesn't need to just take everything herself. We don't rely on Chewinga for goals. We can have, dare I say, third string substitute. Like Haley Hopkins is not even second choice on that right wing because there's Michelle and Michelle and then Haley Hopkins. And she's scoring goals. We talk about depth all the time on this team. That's depth right there. Haley Hopkins getting a goal. And the way she hits it, dude, it's just right outside the goalkeeper's reach. Hits the post, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's the post in perfect pinball fashion to go the correct way you need it to go. Perfect angle. I was very excited. I was like, oh shit, if only this was last year. That's a new goal scorer right there.
Right. I mean, I believe it was Elizabeth Ball who gave that service over the top to Chewinga, right. Which, I love to see it. And then kind of like you mentioned, seeing the evolution and the capacity of Chewinga to last year, she would have taken that 1v1 or 1v3 or what have you to try to make a play. She knew exactly, she didn't even really have to look. She knew exactly where the open space was, knew exactly where Hopkins was going to be, and just put it right in that area. Perfect pass. It was like, a 1 or 2 touch. She didn't have, much touches on the ball right before that pass, Chewinga. And what a finish, man. Just, no keeper could save that. Didn't have a ton of pace, but the accuracy was so pristine. It didn't need much pace to get past Murphy.
No, it was awesome, dude. And now you're up 1-0 on the road, and halftime.
Feel pretty good, man. At this point, our defense has been rock solid, best in the league. Fewest goals scored against. You knew Dabinia would come in, at some point. You're feeling pretty good, man.
You're feeling fine. I mean, and maybe we shouldn't have been. Maybe we need to be on pins and needles and be a little worried sometimes. Dude,
we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled.
We've been spoiled. It's time to humble our asses, dude. It's time to get our bitch ass back in the gym and get to work because we got to get these W's again. This is not a familiar place to be. We don't like this.
Well, what makes it even more frustrating, and I'm going to kind of go off topic and then come back here, but the Orlando game. Yeah, we've never done that at all. The Orlando game against Angel City, like Angel City was up by 2 in the 70th minute or something like that. Or no, up by 1, something crazy. And, I'm thinking Orlando's going to drop points, right? They're not going to get any, maybe 1 at best for them.
We're going to get all the points.
And we're going to get all the points. That's where my mindset was. So to see that Orlando game, I was bummed about that, but still thinking we're going to get 3 here, or we're going to still, have 3 points ahead of Orlando. That's where my head was at halftime.
Well, that's a dumb way of thinking.
A very, very dumb. You think I'd know better by now. You think I'd know better, but the heart wants what the heart wants.
What sums up the game as a whole, and I'm going to tell you right now, you go to the full highlights on National Women's Soccer League YouTube, just shy of 10 minutes. The full highlight package, just shy of 10 minutes. The first half is over in less than 3 minutes of this highlight reel, which means you got a whole 7 minutes left, and that's all second half, baby. That's where it's going to get crazy. This first half, it's like they were just feeling stuff out, and second half went off the rails. And really, there was just 5 good minutes of nonsense from North Carolina towards the end. But we mentioned earlier, Dabinia does come in for Chewinga here. And I'm thinking, okay, well, would have liked to have them both on the field. You know what I mean? That would have been nice. But it was not to be. So what happens here in the 52nd minute, man? When they get their first goal and they get to shoot their stupid freaking smoke machines. What happens here? I hate this goal. It's like she's so open and just has a one-on-one with the keeper, and Lorena's just not able to get it at all. It's just it's beyond her reach.
This is one of the few times where the attacking prowess of Izzy Rodriguez kind of gets us, because she is not where, there's that gap there. There's that space that she should cover and cut off. And she didn't.
I see this. Yeah.
And Williams just took advantage of it, man. Just a perfect pass from Matsusuko. I'm butchering that. But a perfect pass from her right to Williams, who slotted it to the right of Lorena. And what a great goal. What a good shot there. But you just have to, you feel like that's a defensive mistake, right? It's not
you see her. Yeah. It looks like tired legs on Izzy trying to get back,
Yeah. And in the second half, the game opened up too, right? Like it just opened up. It was back and forth. And normally when there's an open game, we take advantage of that. But Chawinga was out, and we didn't have Nichelle. We didn't have Cooper. We didn't have Chawinga. That's a lot of our transition offense. And of course, Dabinia on lower part of that, but there's some big pieces that were gone. That affects our transition offense. And without that, man, we're just, they just found a lot of space on our defensive half.
Yeah. It was a bad one to give up. I was like, okay, things are tied. Even if you get a road point here, like that's okay, but a lot of game left. A lot of game. Not getting down. The quality of our team, we're fine. And boy, are we, because not like almost immediately we answer back. And Claire Hutton, you soccer demon. What is happening here with her footwork in the box? I mean, just little touch here, just touching around people. There's like 4 blue jerseys around her, and she's able to get this ball to Bia, right? For some top bends fun right there, just right over the goalkeeper's head into the back of the net. Goddamn, Claire. I don't even care about the finish. It's the setup.
It looked like Claire summoned some witchcraft with her feet.
Unbelievable.
Like cast a spell on her feet. I don't know how she did that. Every time I watch it, I'm still baffled.
Yeah. She takes a touch over the girl's head. It goes to Bia. Bia back to Claire. Claire does a little dribbling, gives it right back to Bia. Boom. It happens so fast. I'm like,
Well, it was a great finish by Bia too, because she couldn't take a touch. She couldn't try and position her body to take a proper inside the foot shot. She just toe poked it. She was old school, just put the toe on it. Had to. She had no space, no time for anything else but just to get a toe on it. And that toe ended her, streak of not scoring a goal. Was it 316 days or something crazy like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Over 300 days she had not scored a goal. So
it was just insane the way Claire played with both feet and was able to kick it over to her right foot and back to her left and then put it through for Bia. I was just so impressed, dude. And I continue to be. I just swoon over Claire Hutton, dude. She's just killing it, killing the game every time she's on the field. I just feel better with her out there.
Yeah, you can't talk enough about that footwork. I mean, most people would trip over themselves even attempting to do that with nobody around them. You know what I mean?
I would. I just fall the hell down.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know what to do.
It just, that was mesmerizing. But at that point, again, up 2-1, I'm thinking, okay,
2-1.
All right. We gave them a good look. We gave them some space. We're going to stop that. We're done. We're going to bunker down a little bit, and we're going to, it's going to park the bus.
We're done with you. We're here. We're getting away points. It is what it is. 79th minute, I got to point out that, Lorena had to sprawl and save something, and then had to get up real fast and go to the middle of her goal and go save a point blank shot. They were going to tie it again. That was crazy. And she just lays there for a minute. I don't know if she's hurt, but just more exhaustion than anything. She's just like, whoa, that was a lot, and I need a minute.
This is the busiest she's been all year.
Yeah. I mean, oh my gosh, she gets a hand on this one. She dives, and it goes, the player centers it back up, and just a shot right down the middle, but Lorena's there in time to. And those are those drills, man. Those goalkeeper drills where you sprawl and you run to the other side and sprawl again.
Yeah.
It's that fast twitch shit. We had moments here too, man. Labonta gets a ball from Dabinia, and Labonta tries to chip the keeper in the 85th minute. That doesn't really work.
It's 1-on-6. I think it was 1-on-6 or something wild.
Yeah, Dabinia was streaming on the right side, so I mean, maybe Lowe could have slid something through on the other side and made something happen, but didn't really matter. Goalkeeper was back in time, so trying to chip her didn't really work out. But the clock's ticking here, man. It's 2-1. We just got to hang on to this. There's like 5 minutes left in this thing. They're still coming. They have another shot that, goes above goal in like the 85th minute. We get some subs on in this game, right?
Yeah, we had Rocky came on for Hutton. That's right. 58th. Mace came on for Hopkins in the 58th. And then Lacho came on for Bia in the 70th. So after we scored the goal and went up 2-1, we had, 3 subs in the next 12 minutes.
Yes. Long ended up coming on in the 86th.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Mary Long, right?
Yep.
Lacho, though, gosh, had a shot here and just kind of rolled it to the keeper. I would like to see a little more power from her. Maybe just mishit, maybe on her weaker foot. I don't know. Yeah, but man, that would have something to challenge the keeper there. That could have sealed the game for sure.
Well, there's a couple players kind of trailing. And again, this is, maybe if she got something extra on it, could have had a deflection and maybe, a player would have followed up. But, I would like to see her a shot. Yeah.
She doesn't play a lot of minutes. Doesn't mean she's not capable, but I mean, she's not getting many meaningful game minutes, And
she's a workhorse too, man. She puts in the effort, but, it's kind of goes back to that depth. I think a lot of people might question the Mary Long sub as well. I know we're trying to, I know we're up 1 goal. We're trying to ice a game, but on the road, I don't know if that's a sub I would make. We can question it all day long. You had Bailey Feist on the bench, who's a veteran who could come in and, and Mary came on for Di Bernardo, right? In my opinion, I would have preferred to have a veteran come on the road in a close game where they're kind of knocking on the door a little bit there to try and finish that out. But
yeah, bro, it reminds me of man, Sporting was down a few goals in a recent game, and so what Kerry Zavagin do? He went oops all strikers and just threw all attacking players on there and was like, whatever, we need a goal, so let's go for it. In this sense, I'm like, we don't need a goal. Put a brick wall of defenders back there. Put all your defenders back there. Not lock this down. Because in the 90th minute, they get an equalizer, dude. On Lorena's right-hand side. Just devastating. It's at the death. I'm like, dude, 90th minute, stoppage time is coming up. We just split the points with North Carolina. This sucks. You're thinking you're going to get you think you're going to get 1 point out of this, right? And you're like, fine. This is fine. It's not a big deal. Foolish me. Foolish Daniel. Because they had another one in them, bro. And I got to tell you, why wouldn't you just kick it to Lorena's right side? Because that's where all these goals went. Every goal went to her right-hand side. Did they discover something weak about that side? Is Lorena more left-handed and feels more comfortable going to the left? I don't know. I might just be making shit up. But it is interesting that all 3 goals went to her right-hand side.
Well, certainly the first 2, it felt like they found the space.
Yeah.
On Lorena's left, on our right side. It kind of going back to the sub, Alana Cook, she was available. You think you could have used, her back there to kind of tighten up those last 5 minutes or so. But yeah, you might be onto something, man. There might be some space over there with Sharples or, Sharples and Izzy that is kind of being exposed or manipulated to where they're getting an opportunity to get it to Lorena's right. But man, 2-2 though. 2-2, like you said, road point. I'm thinking not the worst thing. I'm upset, but not the worst thing in the world.
It's devastating. I watching these highlights back. I'm upset.
Tired. We look tired too. We look tired.
Tired of winning. Tired of carrying this league on our backs. That's what it is. It's unfortunate to lose this way. You're gonna lose games. You're gonna lose. But to lose like this, dude, That's a massive collapse in the last 5 minutes of the game. You know what I mean?
Against
That's
the
huge.
worst team, and do I think they're the worst team? No, but statistically,
Yeah.
standings wise, they're the worst team, and
Yeah, well, there will be conversations. There will be conversations about what just happened. You know what? Take a lap. Everybody, get a move. You're running today. We're running. Do not stop running until you cry. Like, sorry, I'm going back to high school football. I flashback to
this is what they've done to you. They've hurt you so badly. You're like flashing back to high school.
very abusive times back there. Just I remember a football coach told one of my buddies, Brian, go touch something far away. That's all I said. That's all I said. And Brian's like, what? And he's like, go. And Brian just starts running. And I was like, is he running home? Like, this is some Forrest Gump shit.
I love the ambiguity, just something far away. Like,
He said something far away. And we all just looked at each other like, we're kids. We need clear and concise communication here. Like, direct me what to go touch. Like that tree.
oh, that's funny.
Anywho, hey, let's take our break real quick, and we will look ahead to a Friday matchup against Seattle. Stay right there.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network. Make sure you download our new app. Find it on the App Store or Google Play. Just search KC Sports Network.
Look, we are still at the top of the standings. Okay, tied with Orlando Pride. I think what is the tiebreaker? Anyways, we're tied on goal differential. So is the tiebreaker the fact that they lost a game at home? It goes to home wins
I think so.
or home losses or something?
Yeah, that has to be it. I'm not sure, but to me, that's the next order of operations there.
Yeah. Anyways, cool to still be there. Washington's still knocking on the door, 3 points away down there. But we get to go to Seattle, man, who is in a playoff position this early in the year, sitting on 8 points. I don't know about them. They've been kind of, I don't know. They've been all over the board. I mean, look at their record, man. They are 1-1-1 at home and 1-1-1 away. They've scored 6 goals. They've allowed 6 goals. That is a mediocre team. That is a middle of the road, average team. When all the numbers line up like that. If you don't go in there and whoop that ass, I'm going to be so upset. We got to get this done.
I mean, looking back, they had a draw with Bay. They beat Portland. They always that Cascadia rivalry. Orlando beat them 1-0. Angel City beat them by 1. The Reign beat North Carolina by 1. Like, all their games are close though, so they're used to these close games, and they've proven that they can compete with some top teams here. So we cannot come in there at the same level of complacency. I don't want the coaching staff to feel like we have to play players this early. We have great depth. We don't have to play them, but also I would think twice about, subbing on to kind of, spread it out a little bit. I want my best players playing on there a little longer.
For sure. And dude, we can go all out on this game because we have a couple extra days before the next one, right? It's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
We don't play again until the 11th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what lineups are going to look like against this, but we're on Paramount Plus on Friday. That's pretty fun. And you've got a choice of 2 different games at 7:00 that night. It's a triple game Friday night for NWSL. How fun.
Not bad. I mean, to me, when it comes to our lineup, is Michelle available to play? Is she ready? Can she play? I don't know.
In the lineup though, she wasn't even on the bench.
I mean, she was day to day last week. To me, maybe I'm not reading into it as much as I should be. Day to day is like you could play or you could play soonish, but she's one player we would
travel.
Yeah, traveling. That's yeah. So I wouldn't play her, but I kind of wish she was a little further along. Not sure what's going on with Prince there. Cook was available, so maybe she'll be able to play. That's, having the Cook Sharples dynamic duo would be nice to have back. I don't know what's going on with Chawinga, so hopefully that's not much there. But yeah, man, our depth is going to have to really, contribute heavily in this one.
It is. It is. I think, man, I just don't want to drop 2 in a row. On the road, you can
I
see
don't want
you
to
can
take.
get in little.
I don't want to take 1 point away from the 2 road games, right?
It'd be nice to. I mean, it would have been cool to take like a draw on a draw. Like you take 2 points from your little road trip, whatever. It's fine. But if we can get a win here Friday, I can forget about the loss at North Carolina. I'll feel better about it. It's just I don't expect Michelle Cooper to travel. If she is good to go, why wouldn't you save her for the Mother's Day game at home?
It's true.
Little return there and
Extra time off too to kind of recoup that ankle for sure.
And traveling can swell your shit up, dude.
Oh yeah,
like you're recovering an ankle, and now you're up on a plane. Like shit flares up. I don't know about you. People wear compression socks. I think that's what my ass is going to be limited to in the future with that. But you feel good about this though, Seattle, man? Is it a trap game again? Go ahead. Wait,
well, I feel. I mean, Seattle's a better team.
Better team than North Carolina. So we're going to lose to North Carolina. Why wouldn't you lose to Seattle? That's how it works. That's the game.
Laura Harvey's a good coach as well, so she's going to know how to. Her and Vladka always have that rivalry when it comes to coaching, so she's going to know how to take advantage of our depth and lineup here. I mean, they don't have a very talented team. They have not gonna say it because I'd butcher it, but Lynn Williams is on Seattle now.
Biondolo, right?
Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure if she's gonna play or get much minutes there, but I mean, Samantha Meza has been playing pretty well on their team, kind of attacking mid. They got Haitama, which I never put a whole lot of stock into her, but I mean, they just have a solid team, nothing that's going to get you overly concerned. They just play well, and that's what a good coach does. I mean, them at home. Oh gosh, I made it pull back up. Let's see here. They have 4 points at home. 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 loss at home. So they're okay. But man, we got to go get it done. We got to at least get some points.
Dude, I mean, go to Lumen Field. I mean, what a great atmosphere anyways, from a women's soccer standpoint. It is a football stadium, which is pretty awesome to play in. But it's just, God, you just feel like these are points for the taking. They are. They're points for the taking. Their passing accuracy is decent. Their attacking is pretty mid. Defending, man, we should be able to take advantage here. Remember last year we played there? It seemed like they played for the draw, like they celebrated a 0-0 situation. And I think we should be salty about that and be like, we're not a 0-0 situation. Let's go get some points here, man. Put some gold on the board. And someone like Chawinga is going to want to get back in the scoring category. Someone like Debina is going to want to get back in that scoring category. Because the last game we had people score that don't always score, man. Bia coming back like that, and Haley Hopkins never scoring before for us. So I think we're going to have some hungry players. So
yeah, no, and Chawinga, she's kind of fallen off that golden boot race here. Gonzalez with Gotham is really kind of taking the reins on that one, so she's going to want to come back and kind of get back into that conversation. I mean, trying to take a look at some comparisons here between the two teams. Kansas City has scored 14 goals compared to Seattle 6. Kansas City has conceded 4 compared to Seattle 6. Goals per game, we're at 2.3. They're at 1. We have more shots per game, more big chances per game. They do have a possession advantage, but we're just clearly the better team, man. We just have to go execute.
Yeah. Let them have the ball. We'll take it and get them on the counter and beat them that way. That is kind of the game we play sometimes. We don't really play that possession ball. So if they like to have possession, have at it. 9:30 game. Get your naps in if you're me. And never going to make it. But I think any other games that stand out to you this weekend?
Let me check.
Because there's no matchups that really, scream at me. I think Gotham is a very exciting team right now. I think they could potentially own the Chicago Stars at home. So I think Gotham's playing pretty decent, exciting soccer. Yeah.
Yeah, I see two games, and maybe I'm just focusing on kind of the top ranked teams, but Angel City and the Spirit, both teams can play pretty tough. So, it's a top 5 matchup or so. And then simultaneously Portland and Orlando. Portland, they can play pretty well, man.
True. Hosting Orlando.
Yeah. So, I'm hoping for a couple draws there. Or a win by Portland, obviously. It's in Portland as well. So
I'll also be, Utah hosts North Carolina. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of like newfound, confidence North Carolina has going to play Utah. But it's also kind of a battle of two bad teams right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's. And you got to talk about San Diego and Bay, also two playoff teams two teams in a playoff position. So a lot of decent matchups this weekend.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get in a good run of form, but also more importantly, get healthy for that Orlando game. I think that's the one that everybody kind of has on their calendar. So hopefully Prince, Cooper, Cook, everybody's healthy and rested for that big headliner.
For sure. Anything else around the league we should be talking about? Anything? Bro, I got to read Chip's write-up. Of course.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Chip breaks some stuff down. Normally stuff we haven't talked about yet. So, welcome to the Chip Shot. He says, well, we tempted the wrath from high atop the thing, and now we've paid for it. The streak comes to a close, and we have been handed our first loss of the season. Chris got it right. This was a trap game, and we crumbled towards the end. As much as it hurts to do, let's talk about it. It's another game where I feel as though the offense was struggling to figure out how to handle the defense. Chewinga was held to 0.0 XG for the game, rounded down, and we tried to get some offensive motion together from other places. She did come through with the assist for the goal by Hopkins, but it is the third game in a row where her XG was at or below 0.1 for the game. It's definitely not time to pull the alarm yet on this and have people panic, but here is hoping for a turnaround so we can utilize her speed more. On a happier note, Haley Hopkins gets her first goal while playing for the Current and her first goal since September of 2024 when she played for the North Carolina Courage. That sweet little tap off the post for a 0.03 XG brings her to having gotten a goal with a 0.0 XG rounded down on the score sheet. Bia netted another one for her career, getting her first of the season and her first goals since June of 2024 against Chicago. It's a game which ended with a 3-2 scoreline and a 1.0 versus 0.8 XG between the two teams, but the end of this one absolutely stung. We can't talk about this game without addressing the elephant in the room. The final minutes of this game were not the best we've seen defensively, and both the goal in the 90th minute and the one in stoppage time for the win involved someone getting the ball in the box and nobody stepping up to that player. Both times, the player receiving the ball was wide open and able to capitalize on that. Were they both great shots? Absolutely. Does the Courage deserve the credit for outfoxing the Current? Undoubtedly. But this game felt like the continuation of the trend where the Current have not been playing games being the clear, better team. Other games in recent memory were less resounding wins and more seeing the game out, and this game was just the first one where we didn't come out on top. I'm hoping the spark can turn around, but this feels very different from the team earlier this season that was giving opponents a thrashing and still having something in the tank. For the time being, I'm going to say that having Cooper off the field makes a big difference. Here is hoping her recovery is going well. Bro, that's great to hear. I mean, it's bad to hear about Chewinga's 0.0.
I didn't realize it was that low. Good on Chip for bringing that to our attention.
Yeah. Thank you, Chip. Got to see a bounce back this Friday. That's all it comes to.
And I was looking at it here. It's the lowest XG we've had all year.
Great.
At 0.8.
Great. We're having fun. What a fun time. So as always, Chip, thanks for making those numbers up for us. Appreciate you. I think we're gonna get out of here. You good, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let's go. I gotta go pee. Anywho, thank you guys for listening and tuning in on the YouTubes and seeing our gorgeous faces and commiserating with us. These suck to do, but hopefully we're back to winning ways next Wednesday, and we can have another victory pod against Seattle. As always, hit us up online at NoOtherPod, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21. You can email us at nootherpod@gmail.com. You can hit us with 5-star ratings and reviews, Apple Pods and Spotify. And as always, we love you so much. So we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.